Cheers from Japan, Tokyo Toy Bastard here. And I'm back with my kids. A lot of people liked the video I did with the kids, with the Dragon Ball Big Cootie Man, so they're back. And this time we're going to show off some of the pickups that we found in the last couple weekends. I take my kids out toy hunting with me to a couple different locations 2 or 3 times a month. And yeah, so the last 2 weekends we've been to Book Off, which is a used book and goods shop here in Tachikawa where we live. And the other place is Nakano Broadway, which is in Nakano, Tokyo, which is a massive place that's full of all kinds of vintage toys. Various shops inside of one massive center. And Toy Cats in Kichijoji, which I've made videos on previously. So most of the stuff we grabbed were Godzilla, Gamera, and Dragon Ball related. Also a bit of Simpsons. So let's show what we got. All right. So I'm gonna start off with Godzilla. How about that? King of the Monsters. So I found a few nice items, and let's start with the first thing that I found, and the first 2 things that I found, and these are at Book Off here near where we live, and I found this HG. This is from the Heisei series. I don't know if it's HG. Anyway, it's a candy toy. Basically, this was sold in a box of candy, and I've got an example of a Gamera, and you can see what the box looks like. But yeah, I found this for just a couple bucks, and yeah, it's nice. It's got a shiny chest. No paint on the back, but he's cool. And I also found at Book Off this 50th anniversary. Yeah, I know you have one, don't you? 50th anniversary Godzilla on the globe here. I don't know, it's kind of dark right there, so I don't know if you can see the 50th anniversary. It's really tiny. This thing's tiny, but it's cool, and it's weighted, so it balances on the ball. All right, and then the other Godzilla stuff I found was at Nakano Broadway, and I found these both at the same antique shop. So I found an original 1984 Godzilla mini Sofubi right here, and it's in great condition. I actually had one before. It had no paint on the back, and the paint on the front was all scuffed up. And yeah, this is one of the first toys that Bandai started doing when they relaunched Godzilla that were in this scale. So this is cool to have. And I found this for 10 bucks. And it's the same scale as the candy toy. Sorry I'm covering your face, Lydia. They're going to talk in a minute. So, and also in the exact same scale, I found this amazing, very heavy die-cast, it's like a copper bronze color. I assume it's made out of bronze. Godzilla lighter. And I believe this also came out around that same time, around 84, sometime between 84 and 90. And yeah, it's also the same scale. So I've got 3 figures that are all the same scale, all found the same weekend. Kind of cool. And he was only 3 bucks. And I wish you could. This is massively heavy, but it's amazing. I love die-cast metal toys. So yeah, that's him. And yeah, too bad he doesn't work. Maybe I can fix it. I don't really need it to work, but cool to have either way. Alright, so let's move on to my other favorite giant monster, Gamera. And the very first video I ever did in this channel was about Gamera, or at least the first toy-related video. So the first thing I've got here, technically this is a pickup from the last 2 weekends. Yeah, I know, I got it. He's looking out for me. Oh, by the way, the reason I bring them toy hunting is because they're really good at finding stuff. Especially her. She's got eagle eyes. A lot of this stuff she's helped me find. A lot of stuff in my collection she's helped me find. And Yato helps me find stuff occasionally. You pointed out some stuff. Yeah. They are rather noisy to take toy shopping together, though. Oh, actually, before we get into Gamera, which a little more of you guys in here. Which of these 3 Godzillas do you think is the coolest one?
The middle one.
The metal one? Yeah, the metal one wins. It's pretty darn cool. And this one? So the candy toy one's not the best detailed.
I like the candy too.
You like it too? I like all 3. Alright, so yeah, back to Gamera. So this is technically something that I bought from an eBay seller that lives here in Japan, but it arrived within the last 2 weekends, so I'm going to throw it in there just because I've got a couple of the Gamera things. So this is one of the diorama gashapon sets that came out, I think around 2005 or 6. The Yuji Sakai um, diorama sets, and I have some of these for Godzilla, but this is the first Gamera one I found, and it's from the movie poster from the first movie. Man, I wish I could get a little closer. You can see it. And the other part of Tokyo Tower. So you've got Gauss resting on the broken Tokyo Tower, and this connects in the back. It won't stand very well, so I think I'm going to glue it. But yeah, fire and flames. And I bought another one from this guy, but he hasn't shipped it to me yet, so I don't know where that one's at. Next. Alright, so I talked about the candy toy, the deluxe candy toy figures. That's right, they're usually called DX or deluxe. Now, I already had this Gamera candy toy figure, so these are both produced by Bandai, and yeah, around the same time. So this is from '96, and this is probably from either right around that time or right before that. I've had this for a while. He's pretty cool. His arms pop off and his legs pop off, and you can change him to flying mode. But I'm not going to demonstrate that. This is not the reason. I'm not showing that for that reason. The reason I'm showing is because I also finally found the Legion. This is the villain of the Gamera 2 movie, and this is Gamera 2, or the second version of Gamera from the '90s trilogy. So they go together, and I can have them fighting on top of my Blu-ray player. And I actually found him in the box. So this is what the deluxe candy toy boxes look like. So there's Gamera and Legion on the back, or Legion as he's sometimes called. You can see them here. It also came with an insert with the background of Tokyo, or I think it's Tokyo. Well, anyway, somewhere in Japan. It's not the most interesting photo, so I'm not displaying it with that. And it came with some stickers. And they spelled Legion wrong. Now it just says Region. Oh, brother. Ours and L's.
Equals region.
Yeah, Legion.
Ego?
Yeah, in English. Ego means English in Japanese. And this is the base stand that he goes on. I don't have the one for Gamera, but they both fit on this just fine. Alright, and next, I found another boxed Gamera 2 item. Another Gamera Legion set. This is of Keshi. So there aren't that many Gamera Keshi around. I actually saw these for the first time at Toy Cats, and I traded some Keshi for some of these to the owner. And so I already had a few from this set. So I had this. These are probably really hard to see on this camera. I had this white Gamera, white Gauss. These are both from the first movie, I believe. Oh, the Gamera, maybe he's from the second movie. Yeah, he's from the second movie because he's got these little pointy things in his elbows. He doesn't have those in the first movie. And then I had this green Legion right here. But so I bought this box was sealed. We actually filmed a video of me opening it a couple days ago, but we had some malfunctions, primarily from this gentleman right here. So yeah, I don't know. I might splice some of that into this or release that at some point edited, but I could not use the footage. Anyway, opened it up, and inside there was some old candy. Should I show I'll show you the old candy at least. Make some funny faces while I'm done.
That you said I can eat the old candy.
No, you cannot eat the old candy.
Can you said that?
So this is candy. This is the candy that came inside. It just looks like little pellets. It's probably ramen flavored. Yeah, but this is from 1996, so I would not give this to any child. This is poisonous now. You cannot eat it. I will be throwing this away or hiding it somewhere really high. Okay, so anyway, I opened it up. And each one comes with a little building that opens up, and you can store the figures inside. This is one I traded with Ishii a while back. So I actually ended up getting a different one in this box. So now I've got a little cityscape. And I think they interlock somehow. I'm not sure. I think there's... How many building types are there? Anyway, this one opens up too. And so I was hoping to get a green version of Gamera, but instead I ended up getting... Oh, okay, there's 4 types. So there's two rocks and 2 buildings. So I got all the buildings now. I ended up getting another Legion, but this time he has not been cut. So he's still got his little excess flashy parts, and these sprues, which are also made out of rubber. And yeah, it says 1996 on the little tag there. I know you can't read it, but it's cool to have this, just to show how it was sold. And then I've got a nice little box and an extra building, so yeah, it's not too bad. This was also $3. Oh, what are you gonna do? That's all the Gamera stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let me show a comparison of the deluxe and the Keshi box, the size difference. But yeah, it's cool to have these Gamera boxes. I love Gamera stuff.
The Gamera's face is the same.
Yeah, see, it's the same picture from Legion, the Legion movie, Gamera 2. And it has like 4 different subtitles. Okay, so that's all the kaiju stuff we found.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the Dragon Ball portion of our pickups. So, as you know, I'm a big vintage Dragon Ball collector. I have most of what I need for the vintage stuff. Mostly, I have some Keshi I'm missing. You can see a nice display I've put up since our last video of a lot of my Keshi, not most of it, but a big portion of it. And I've started to collect the older HG Gashapon figures, which I used to collect that years ago before I had you guys. I used to collect them and keep them at work on my desk. But I started to grab some more, and I really like these ones that have kind of really vibrant colors. So I picked up a few from Toy Cats. I picked up this awesome Bardock. And he's just kind of vibrant red colors. I just like the way he looks. And these were released, I think in the early 2000s. Sometime like around 2000, between 2005, 2008, something like that. I think. You could correct me if I'm wrong. And then I've got this really awesome, vibrant colored Vegeta that's on this cool stand. Let's see if I can get it to focus better. Anyway, it's awesome. And he's got the stand in his butt so he can fly and shoot people. And I got this Future Trunks. I was looking for the version that has a jacket on, but they didn't have it, so I opted for this one. I'm also looking for the one that has Super Saiyan hair and it's translucent because he is rad. I did find one, but it was like $25, so I wasn't going to pay that for a minifigure that's not too old. And finally, I've been looking for this for a while. These were from they were from the what are they called? Dora capsules, Dora caps. Basically, they came in Dragon Balls. I have some of them. Like they came in Dragon Balls, like this big plastic capsules, and they have 2 figures that are fighting. So here we've got Yardrat Goku or Yadrat Goku, Super Saiyan. When he first meets Trunks, and he tests out his power, and he's striking him with his sword. Goku stops it with his finger, and it's epic. And this is also rather old for the HG Gashapon type stuff. Up until this point, they were only releasing unpainted Keshi. I'm sorry. Anyway, enough about that. So that's pretty much all I found in the last 2 weeks. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me.
What?
I forgot. I also picked up an entire set of HG Gashapon stuff, but I don't want to get it down, so I'm going to walk over here with you. So, I got these kind of bronze color figures. They were released fully painted and bronze. So I've got the trunks I just showed you is this one. And yeah, these are like $1 a piece. So I just grabbed the whole set. Oh yeah, and I've got a AB Goku that recently came in from one of our members on our Dragon Ball Vintage Collectors group on Facebook. Join if you haven't already. But yeah. So that's all the stuff I found. So, Dragon Ball related. These kids are really into the Dragon Ball heroes. No, Dragon Ball. We're still talking about Dragon Ball. They really like Dragon Ball Heroes cards. They collect the cards, and I bought giant stacks of them at Nakano. We went to Toy Cats, and they were sifting through them. And then the owner of Toy Cats had a booklet that had some more rarer Dragon Ball Heroes cards. So they ended up trading 75% of them for some other cards. And Lydia, she keeps all of her cards in a nice binder that I bought for her. Leoto dumps his out in a plastic bag. So they're probably not going to be around much longer. Anyway, yeah, this is the best card she got. She got this at Toy Cats in a trade. So it's Future Trunks from Dragon Ball Super. And yeah, this is a fairly expensive card here. Some of these cards are only like, 50 cents, but some of them can get up to, several dollars or 10 to 20 bucks. So I don't pay that much for cards, so just trade them up. All right, my son has disappeared. I don't know where he went. Are you showing your cards, Leoto? He's making weird noises. You probably can't hear it on camera. All right, Leoto, we're done talking about Dragon Ball, so he's still making weird noises. All right, anyway. All right, now's the next part of our video, the last part of our video. So recently, oh, here he comes again. Leoto. Oh, you found it. Okay. Have a seat. Lord. So recently, my kids were watching Simpsons on YouTube, and they really liked it. So I found on eBay these Simpsons season 4 and 5, two of the best seasons. I found these for like $4 each. Oh yeah, you're late now. So we tried to find some Simpsons stuff. It's not too common here in Japan. There's a shop called 2000 Toys that carries some. Do not fight on camera. Oh. I'm gonna make you eat this poison candy then. You say that to me. Udase means shut up. Mm. Okay, so Simpsons. We found one thing, and also I picked up some Simpsons Legos, also on eBay. So I don't consider these pickups from Japan, but might as well show them. I don't think I need to show all of them. Anyway, we got some good ones. I'll show you Bart. I found these cheap on eBay. These are kind of expensive here. People ask like 10 to 20 bucks for these here. Got Bartman. Do the Bartman. Got Milhouse as, what's his name, Radioactive Boy. Got Lisa. Marge in a nice dress. And Snowball the cat. And we got some more coming in. But yeah, I've recently, me and my wife have banned them from using YouTube and games all the time. So they've been playing a lot of Legos, so it's nice to have these. And they're actually playing with them. And we did find one thing, didn't we? We did find one thing here. Where did we find it at?
Toy Cat.
At Toy Cats. And again, she's like the magic guy. She climbed up on a ladder and was digging in the very back, and she found this. Would you like to show it? She found a Simpsons Hot Wheel. And so this is a car, I guess this is from one of the futuristic episodes. I can't remember, but the car's called the Homer. But it's cool. And I don't think it's worth much or anything, but I told her she should open it up and play with it. She said she doesn't want to. But it's also spurred us to buy some of the other Simpsons Hot Wheels, so I got the new car.
Bye-bye.
All right, and Leoto's got to go to sports, so say bye to everyone.
Bye-bye, Pee-Pee.
Leoto.
Bye-bye.
All right. So yeah, it was behavior like that through the last video was the reason I did not upload it. So thank you for being a sweet and quiet daughter. All right, that's it. Check out all of our cards. Anything else you want to say? All right, Nelson. Adios.